Governor, let's start out. Let me ask you, how important is California both to the Republican nomination and the general election?
I think it's really important in both. And on March the 7th, the state of California is going to vote in the Republican primary. And in my judgment, it will virtually end the primary season once California makes up its mind.
As the Los Angeles Lakers lumber into the UCSB gym, summer's rust is on display for a collection of cameras eager to get the first look at the new-look Lakers.
It's what you call the first practice of the season.
New head coach Phil Jackson, Svengali Zen master who guided the Chicago Bulls to 6 championship seasons, has added a fresh staff and a different offense.
The concept is everybody has to be a complete ball player, but in the process you also have to do other things that demand a total person. There's no timeout. There's no vacation. If you want to take a rest, you have to do it someplace else, and that's on the bench.
But with the new, a little bit of the old, like power forward AC Green, who played on the Lakers' last championship team 11 years ago.
Feels good. Feels good. It's nice being back, wearing the colors.
And then there's the really old faces, like John Sally, age 35, retired for 3 years. His last job was as an NBC basketball commentator. Better than working behind the desk?
10 times.
10 times.
10 times.
But the real focus today was on the superstars.
That's a good day.
Like 21-year-old phenom Kobe Bryant and the larger-than-life Shaquille O'Neal, both ready to bring the Lakers back to their winning ways.
Before you succeed, you must learn to fail. You know, for me, it's been 7 years of failing, and it's not easy, but I'm working hard to get there.
In Santa Barbara, Matt Cota, KSBY 6, Action News.
That's not a meteor. They always call them meteors.
Don Robertson isn't fooled by those astronomy experts. He's known for a long time what a UFO looks like.
When I was 15, I saw my first craft.
Sarah Backus says her first encounter occurred while driving.
And all of a sudden, this white light is coming at us, and it has a straight horizontal edge to it. We don't hear anything. There's just this big light.
During that time, Sarah says she may have been abducted by aliens.
We were all very hyper, very excited, very jazzed.
Both Sarah and Dan say they've seen UFOs dozens of times. At first, they didn't want to tell anyone, didn't want anyone to think that they're crazy. But now they're sharing their stories, and they're not alone.
Fine. How are you? Are you back with us?
Welcome to MUFON, a support group of sorts for dozens of local alien enthusiasts.
Meeting these people, you hear other different stories, and you feel a lot better about it.
Here, they share their sightings.
The little gray aliens with the big black eyes in like a silvery suits. There were always 3 of them. They'd come down my chimney by my fireplace.
Talk about their fears.
But the biggest thing is that they're studying us. And for some strange reason, they're studying us, and we don't quite know why.
And argue their different theories.
So they might be space biologists or something.
One thing they do agree on, we're living in an alien tourist trap. Is the Central Coast a good place for aliens to visit?
There's one that's local here that comes back every Thanksgiving, we call it.
But it's not all socializing. Some of these people are UFO investigators. Hey, there's even a test.
You really have to know what you've studied. You basically have to go to the library, look up information.
Investigator John Epperson has interviewed dozens of people who have seen UFOs.
That's basically what MUFON is taking all the information, bringing it together, and showing that this is actually a fact. This is actually happening. And now, why doesn't the world wake up?
But no matter how much investigating they do, it will never equal that of their leader, Dr. Roger K. Lear.
Dr. Lear, Roger Lear, will be remembered in history books as one of the pioneers, one of the first people that proved that we are being visited and that we are not alone here.
We've done 8 cases so far, 8 separate surgeries.
A podiatrist, Dr. Lear says he has removed alien implants from the toes of his patients.
About like that. Looked like a little cantaloupe seed.
But if aliens are planting cantaloupe-like seeds in our toes, as Dr. Lear says, what are they used for?
One, they could be some form of a tracking device. Number 2, they could be a behavior modification device.
Dr. Lear's work will soon gain national attention. He's featured in an NBC special, further indication that the cult of alien believers are quickly entering the mainstream.
You know, people aren't laughing so much anymore.
No, they're not.
They just aren't. Because there's more and more information getting out and people aren't.
To make it big, sometimes you have to start small.
I actually believe Brad Pitt started as an extra.
But to become an extra, first, you'll have to wait in line.
It's great. I'm excited. I want more people. See, everyone acts it's very nutty, but I love it.
And wait they did. Hundreds of them.
I'm trying to get in, I guess, yeah. You know, I need some extra money, and I figured it sounds like fun.
Right now I'm just a firefighter out at the Air Force Base, but I'm looking towards a potential career. I do modeling part-time, so I thought, well, I'll give this a try.
I'm pretty confident about it, actually. Really. I mean, I've been doing this all of about 20 minutes.
For an extra advantage, some tryouts tried to look the part.
That's a cowboy.
That might be get me in.
Others did their best to play the part.
Amorcito corazón, yo tengo tentación.
Oh, they could put me in the background in a cantina or something.
But becoming an extra really isn't that glamorous.
Hold on to that stuff. You're going to use that for when you work.
More like filling out your taxes and taking a mugshot all in one afternoon. And then there are the demands from the casting director.
You're not helping me want to call you. I want to use you in the movie, but if you're not going to want to take your glasses off when we shoot, then it won't work.
If you still have questions, just ask Angela Bertolino. She wrote the book on becoming an extra, literally.
Tips and tricks.
An extra tip: don't go broke trying to become one.
It's not necessary. People don't know that. They think in order to do extra work that you have to spend lots of money on headshots and resumes and acting classes, and that's not true at all.
But who knows? Maybe the unthinkable will happen. An extra today, maybe tomorrow.
What?
Doing a sport that you really, really love to do.
She stands just over 5 feet tall, but Margaret Stivers is a giant among airshow aficionados, known simply as the woman who walks on wings.
It's not something you can sit back and just totally relax doing. You have to be really alert.
It's an office with a view, I like to refer to it as.
John Culver is another featured daredevil at Saturday's air show in Santa Barbara. He'll be performing stunts in a vintage World War II fighter plane. But if your neck gets tired gazing up in the sky, not to worry, there's plenty of excitement on the ground. Just look for the smoke and thunder.
We're able to kick the afterburner in and out and get sonic booms off of it. It'll do 0 to 400 at sea level in about 8.5 seconds.
With a jet engine for a trunk, that seems possible. But back to Margie Stivers. How does she really walk on wings? Well, I was about to find out. Where's the steering wheel? The best view just happens to be in a 1940 Stearman biplane, where the pilot flies from the back seat. Once high in the skies above Santa Barbara, Stivers performs her wacky wing-walking stunts. She's been doing it for the past 8 years. It's a performance part dance, part ballet, but 100% insane. That will literally take your breath away. Matt Cota, KSBY 6, Action News. It took 6 years for Lee Ehrman to finish his miniature carousel, designed and built without a single blueprint.
This is all out of the noggin here. I just had to sit down and make sketches.
If it took a while, well, that's because Lee, a retired General Motors engineer, has been busy.
We manufacture 8 products.
You see, Lee's garage and backyard is a manufacturing plant of sorts, one that only makes toys. So if this is Santa's workshop,
where's my chief inspector?
Then meet the elves.
Well, it looks good if we can get that.
Most of them also retired GM employees, sometimes spend 10 months of the year making toys for Christmas Day.
When Lee first got into this, he asked if he'd have volunteers to help, and we're all here.
It is here that wheels are shaped.
Slip it in here.
Trucks are put together. And everything given a fresh coat of paint. But despite using homemade tools, donated lumber, and the fingers and eyes of men long retired,
when we kind of eyeball it and say, well, I think that's about 1.25 inches.
These toys are meticulously crafted.
So I'm going to work the sidewall on this side.
So lifelike, even the tires are grooved.
it gets a little rough surface to it.
And the efficiency of Lee Ehrman's crew is remarkable. 1,550 toys, all donated to needy children.
We've all received a lot in our lives, so this is a chance to give back a little. I've been very fortunate.
Matt Cota, KSBY 6, Action News.